Channel. This is Project Life 2025. Today I am working on week 12. This ended up being a very fussy layout, but it was because I really wanted to incorporate the blue and orange and tan from my pictures, and so I ended up grabbing a whole bunch of different papers from all kinds of different collections. I ended up doing some dry embossing. I grabbed my inks. It was very fussy. I also die cut some Tim Holtz. I think these are Tim Holtz. Yes, Tim Holtz butterflies. I did some stamping, and I'm probably going to do a little bit more with my Distress Oxide. So that's pretty much where we are. These are just little doilies that I cut from regular copy paper, and you can see I just kind of hit them with my walnut stain ink. There's a couple of little pieces that didn't come up completely. Some washi on a piece of white scrap. I also grabbed these little wooden enamel dots, and I took my walnut stain and I hit them with some walnut stain. My DIY Cricut labels, my favorite glittery letter stickers, some random word stickers from my stash. I probably won't end up using these, but we'll see how we go. And I think that's it. As always, I did my journaling off camera, and as I said, this was very fussy, so I did a lot of prep work before I even turned the camera on. So I will take you through this as I finish it off. So I uploaded week 13 and forgot to upload week 12. So apologies, friends, if you're trying to watch these in order, but this one is going up after week 13. So as I said at the beginning of the video, this was rather a fussy layout, but I've been watching a lot of junk journaling videos and things, and it just kind of got me wanting to play with my inks and get a little grungy with this layout. So I really struggled to make this title card work because the alphas that I chose are quite large, and I wanted to kind of put everything stacked. But because of the size of my butterfly embellishment and then the alphas, it was just very busy. And of course, they didn't go on straight, even though I'm using my little mini T-square. So I end up using this short little stamp. And in my last voiceover that I did for this video, I was rambling about how I wanted to use my larger Paige Evans date stamp, which also includes the day of the week. But it was just going to be too big. So I end up actually making some new labels that are 1x3 instead of 1x2, which is what this size is. And I've been doing this a little bit lately. I'll cut the label and then I'll put one on the top and one on the bottom. And I'm adding those little wood dots. These give the layout a lot of dimension, but I'm okay with it. I did a lot of stamping for this layout, and a lot of this stuff got done before I even turned the camera on. Before I sped this video up, it was about 15 minutes, but altogether between printing my photos, choosing the papers, kind of distressing the papers, inking it was probably 2.5 to 3 hours of me just fussing. You can see me here. I'm still using my ink, desperately trying to pull these colors together. This layout was basically only about the dogs, because this was the week that hubby and I were both sick with whatever terrible flu COVID-y thing was going around. So we hardly got up off the couch and out of bed. So it was just basically trying to keep the doggies entertained while we tried to rest. Adding a couple of little things. I don't end up using all these little stamped word bits that I did, but most of them. And more inking. Yeah, so this layout ended up being, I mean, not ridiculously busy given how much is actually going on. I think the fact that I tried to stick to 2 or 3 colors really helped. Otherwise, it would have been absolutely chaotic. So, happy. Back to you live here in just a moment. Okay, friends, week 12, all done. I really wasn't sure about this color combination, but I think the fact that I did Distress Oxide over everything really helps make it look like it all belongs together, because this was just a very bright orange cardstock from my stash, and this was a blue. This was a random card from my box. Another random card, and then the rest were parts of a coordinating paper pad from Michael's. So blending it all together using my Distress Oxide was awesome. I'm not super keen on this card. I think it's because this is like a stark white. I'm gonna ink this again off camera. There, better. Still not awesome, but that's okay. We make do. All right. As always, thanks for coming to hang out with me, and I will see you next video. Bye for now.